Jay.
Hey guys, welcome back. GhettoRig, episode 173. My name is Jay, and my co-host here next to me is Eddie. Behind the camera, we got our producer, the best man in the planet, the best man in the business.
I like this angle. Makes me look professional.
Yeah, very professional.
All right, never
He
mind.
even,
Pause
From
on
the
that.
back, yo. Hey,
yeah,
yo.
yeah, no Diddy, bro, no
No
Diddy.
Diddy.
Crazy. 1,000 bottles of lube or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah, you guys saw that shit, bro?
yeah,
Fucking they got his ass in 1,000 bottles of lube and baby oil.
yeah. So I was,
He was putting baby oil and slip and slide.
I mean, with 1,000 bottles, what else are you doing with it?
Yeah.
You could fill every bathtub in his mansion probably.
with with lube, baby.
Yeah.
There's a lot of cracked heads, bro. You fill up the bathtubs with that shit.
Have you guys seen his?
Can you imagine that's what he does before the bitches before he fucks? He's like, go take a dip in that real quick.
How many sheets he has to change with that shit?
I
You
don't
ain't, you
know.
ain't washing that shit off.
He doesn't care.
I mean,
Yeah.
he does have to pay for it, but doesn't really care to pay for
But
it.
like, what do you do with
He's
lube that
Diddy.
you just ordered 1,000 bottles? Like,
I mean, it doesn't
when
really.
was the situation
it-
where
it
you ran
doesn't-
out of the lube and you're like, fuck, I wish I had 1,000 bottles?
I think it's one of those where it's like he probably ordered like 50, and then like in a month he was like, oh shit, I'm out, and and then ordered 100, and it's like, oh shit, and I'm out, and it's like, fuck this, I'm ordering 1,000.
Yeah.
Just so I don't have to order a bunch.
He also has a lot. Of
Preparation, bro.
Yeah.
He also has a lot of guests.
Yeah.
So it's not just for him. He's almost a hotel in a sense.
So, before we go into this, I actually got a little juicy snippet. I don't know how much of it is true. But anyway, guys, our sponsors, UFC Gym Largo and our UFC Gym St. Pete, also Vitality. Hit us up if you're ready for your journey as a warrior, just like our description says. Gym is ready to be open. They're only 1 week away from opening the Largo gym and about a couple of months away from opening the St. Pete gym. We're gonna have about the guests. We're gonna have a guest today. Didn't work out, scheduling issues, but we're definitely gonna bring back Ozzy and he's gonna talk about the gym. So if you ever wondered about how to open your own gym, this is gonna be the opportunity for you to watch the episode and figure out what are the ins and outs of things, so on and so forth. Anyway, now that that's that out of the way, get back to Diddy. So I was listening.
Diddy.
I was listening to a podcast yesterday, and the guy used to be a Homeland Security officer back in the day, and he did a breakdown on Diddy's arrest, so on and so forth. And someone called in, and they said, "Hey, I have a friend of mine that's a rapper. He's pretty known within the circles, and he was in a Diddy party, and they kind of like lead him to Diddy's room." And there was another rapper with a big name. I forget the name that he mentioned. He goes, he was sitting on his lap and they were making out. And they brought him in as the third for them both to basically like smash. And he was like, hey, yo, like, let me out of here type of deal. So I don't know how much of it is true. He said, she said, it's all, what do you call that in the technical terms? He said, she said stuff. There's like a,
Rumors?
no, there's like a technical term they use that in the courtroom. He said, she said.
Hearsay?
Hearsay. Yeah,
It's
it's
all
all hearsay.
Yeah.
But I don't know how much of it is true. But he's definitely getting locked up with 1,000 bottles of lube.
That was a little excessive.
They're gonna lock him up. They're gonna lock him up on that alone.
Yeah.
Just,
Hey, guys,
you're not
by the
allowed
way-
to have that, bro.
By the way, in the chat, let us know. How do you like the lights? We've upgraded our lights a bit. Tell us what you think. Is it too much? Not enough? I look pasty as shit. That's for sure.
was
Well, you are pasty.
Yeah.
That's good that it looks pasty.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So that means that's the natural color. You know what I mean?
it looks pretty fucking close, Mickey.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's a round of applause for Mickey,
Yeah,
man.
Miggy, like,
Mickey set this shit up well.
yeah.
Actually, I wanted to ask, what do you guys think? I want to do like a, what do you guys think of like a large panel? One day
Yeah.
we do a setup maybe somewhere else. Of course, we
Get a
can't
bunch
fit
of
too many
people
people
in.
in here.
Yeah.
But one day we can do like a large panel setup with all the fighters and Ozzy and all the gym guys talk about fighting, like, and hear all of their
Yeah.
experiences together.
We could maybe set something up in my living room actually, because I have.
I was
a big
thinking even
couch,
here,
or even here.
even here in the living room will work. Wherever or in the gym, be cool
Or
to
in
do
the
it in
gym,
the
yeah.
gym. They got fiber
We
there.
have the equipment. We just need a whole fucking trailer.
We do need that.
Yes,
I mean the
There's
truck.
a lot of shit here.
The
That's
truck.
for sure.
I can probably ask Mauricio. He's got a covered they got a cover bed.
I mean, it don't fit in the back of my truck.
yeah.
Like it'll fit in 2 cars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In two small cars. Yeah.
Yeah, guys, we've upgraded everything. The cameras, the lights. I mean, we ain't ghetto rig no more. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, it's not. It's not. It's not. There's way
it's
too
an
much
actual
fucking
production
money
going on here. Yeah.
we have spent in this room.
We got motion. We got
Yeah.
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 There's
So,
motion, and we still haven't made no money though. That's the kind of the fucked up part.
hey, well, we're having fun while we're doing it, right? At the end of the day, it's a hobby, right?
We're
Yeah,
running
shit.
on no gas.
Yeah.
We're just running
Fumes
on
for a
Hey, listen,
long
we're about to
time.
convert to that biofuel. It's all good.
Install some fucking solar panels.
But yeah, I was thinking just because, especially today after I set up the wireless microphones, we have a bunch of mics and we could do like some nice large panel
Yeah,
stuff.
we could do a
if we
large
wanted to
panel.
do that.
We got 7 mics, right? We get 7 people in there. Then we can have another 4 besides
8
us.
total.
8 total. When you
Yeah.
have 8 people,
Two-
another 5 besides us.
2 of
I love
these.
wireless microphones. I just don't know how people would feel about them because I feel like just having a microphone in front of you, it just gives you that podcast feel.
It definitely does.
What would
When
the
you just have a microphone here, it kind of just, I don't know if it makes you feel
We could
better
get more
about it.
handles.
Do what?
We could get more of these.
we don't have to do that. We can use those. We can use those.
these.
Some people like holding up microphones, some people don't.
I think this would
personally
help.
Don't like holding a microphone.
Yeah, because we get annoying.
I
What
don't
I'm
care
saying
to
is
hold
we
it.
can use the clip-ons. We can give them these mics. I mean, it's not a big
Clip-ons are
deal.
super easy.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
clip-ons are
That's
nice.
the best thing about them.
Yeah.
They're super easy to put on them, and they don't have to worry about that. You don't have to worry about them turning to the side.
Yeah.
And I fixed our issue. Instead of going through auxiliary, just plugging in that auxiliary cable, I figured out that with those microphones, you can actually use them as a USB mic. That's how I plugged them in now. And I literally didn't adjust a single setting, and I did a live stream
Yeah.
testing earlier. Sounded pretty good. Of course, like not even on this, I was testing with the MV7s. And of course, big difference in quality, right? Like you can hear that it's compressed, very, very compressed with the wireless. But pretty good.
But it sounds fun.
It sounds clean. Yeah. It sounds clean. There's no echo or nothing.
We can have that handle running around. If you have more panelists, they can just pass that one around as they're talking.
More panelists. I mean, we're gonna have more than 8 people? I don't think so. Dog.
Yeah.
At that point, where would it even fit 8
But
people?
on another, you guys need a stripper
Yeah.
pole. Perrona comes in. You guys need a stripper pole. I don't know who can be doing the dancing. You know what I'm saying?
I don't have the geek
Can't
grips,
really hear
yeah.
Miguel.
You know-
Really hear Miguel.
Can't really hear me. Oh, Rode you gotta unmute the Mickey mic.
Miggy mic. It's Line Road AI1.
Or Eddie's Rode.
I'll just unmute it.
No,
No,
don't
don't
unmute the line. Because that's your headphones.
Eddie's Road.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Okay.
All right, so give
Yeah.
us guys thumbs up.
All right,
What,
you
if you
should
can
be able to hear
Miggy.
me now.
Yeah.
Hopefully, you
Miggy,
were able
your-
to hear what I was saying earlier.
Yeah, remember, Miggy, your microphone is set up on a different amp than ours, so you will have to unmute both of them when you start streams from now on.
All right, guys. So here's the thing, Miggy. Would you mind going to the Apple's website and hit the new iPhones, right? So the new iPhones are out. I'm sure you guys all seen them, right?
I've
It's the-
seen some clip-its. I haven't seen the pros. I haven't
Yeah.
seen the pros. I've only seen
Well, this is perfect.
the
actually.
normal 16s.
Yes.
I mean, they look the same, don't they? I mean, there's nothing really crazy.
well, they're my understanding they're bigger,
Put
right?
the new
So-
iPhone 16 Pro. No, you did hit the normal 16. Yeah.
So the new iPhones are a little bit bigger than what mine is. Mine is a 14, right? So there are the small
Oh, I see. Because they used to be a 6.1 and a 6.7.
Mm-hmm.
And
There's
now 6.3, 6.9 inch display. I
Mhm.
might go with the smaller one.
this is exactly what I was gonna ask you. So apparently it's better deal to go through Apple itself than going through T-Mobile because Apple gives you more money for your trade-in,
Really, and
Yeah.
and you're getting an unlocked phone at that point.
and you're getting an unlocked phone at that
and I'm
point.
sure if you have the Apple Card, they let you do the no interest shit.
Yes.
So
For 24 months. Yeah.
yeah,
So they're gonna give me a badass, basically, trade-in, right? So my question is, which way would you go? Now, if you click on prices, Miggy, right? Pretend you're ordering a phone. Like
See, that's
pretend you're
where
pre-ordering.
this is
the
where
phone.
this is where I have an issue because I see that it says $9.99
Mhm.
and $11.99.
Yep.
It used to be only $100 difference between the smaller and the bigger phone.
Correct.
Now it's a $200 difference.
Yes.
Right. That inclines me even more to go with the smaller phone.
Yeah. But so here's where, like, select that gray, the second color from the left.
Whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. Go down.
Do you want the Pro or the Pro Max?
No, they're just
Pro.
we're gonna flip flop between the two, right? So okay, so I'm at 200.
No one needs more than 128. Though.
Well, I'm at 256.
But
No
no-
one,
no
no
one
one
needs
needs
it.
more than 128. I do.
I'm
For
at
what?
All the posts that I make for work, they go directly to my phone. So
yeah,
they
but you
just-
can constantly delete that.
I can
shit.
delete them, but eventually they'll stock up.
Yeah, so mine is a 256 and I have only 90 gigs left.
And I take a lot of pictures that I import onto my phone as well.
Mhm. So let's say I'm going with a 256, right?
All
Let's
right.
select 256 now.
This
I feel like most
thi-
people aren't gonna need 120 more than 128. Though.
This
That-
brings the
that's-
argument: who needs more than 120?
Most people don't. Most people don't.
but
need that.
who does?
Who does? People who use their phones for work. That's where I agree with you.
Yeah.
And most people don't use their phones for work. I mean, a lot of people do now, and more people. That is a number that is growing largely. But if you look at it in the grand scheme of things, I don't think most people need more.
But
than
here's a caveat. Look at the price between the 256 and 512. It's a $200 difference. Why? Because they're banking that most people are going to buy the 512. Do you see what I mean? I'm thinking this is why the price difference, right?
No, I think the price difference isn't because it's just simply that it's doubled and it's doubling price. It's the fact that it's actually like doubled the amount of storage. So it's
Yeah.
like that in that increments that it's happening, it makes sense that it would be $200 more.
I gotcha.
Because you did initially pay 200, like that would have been $200. You know what I mean? In the
Yeah.
sense of the
So if you
storage.
go down now, let's see if there's a trade-in option in there.
I'd hope so.
Yeah, there's a
Yeah.
select a smartphone right there. Now here's where the caveat comes in, right?
Can you do
Mine-
mine 12 Pro Max
Mm-hmm.
That's what I
Do
have
that.
too.
up to
So
300?
so you hit yes.
Eh,
Is it in good condition? Hit
yeah,
yes.
I would do I would.
So that you're gonna get automatically $300. Like they
Right.
don't go by the size, right? Like they don't do that. Now hit edit. Now I want again drop down menu.
For the 14.
Yeah. Well, I want you to look at the price, right? Like so go back up. Like between 14 Pro Max and 14 Pro is $100 difference, right? So what I'm thinking about the future because in 2 years I'm gonna change my phone again.
Okay.
So is it worth for me getting the small one and getting less money then versus getting the big one now and getting more money now? But I will be paying more money anyway, right? And the difference, so let's select Pro Max 14. Yep. And then go back up and then change to the big one now. Just change to the big one. Here you go. So go down. So now we're looking at,
Oh, so the big one only comes in 256. Doesn't come in 128.
correct.
That's another reason it's $200 more, not just 100.
Correct.
That's probably why. Yeah.
Correct. So the price is one
That's stupid to me. They should have had a 128 gig
Yeah.
option at $100 more. I think
unless you mean.
at $100 more than just the normal one. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah, so this is the cap.
It's kind of them kind of cornering you to have to give up certain things to get others.
Yeah. So here's the question that I have. Currently,
Forcing
I
you to
have,
buy that.
currently I have 256 and I have 90 gigs left. When I first upgraded to this, I went from 128 to 256.
I have over 10,000 photos. I want to see. Let's check out my storage. You were saying, go ahead.
Yeah, I went from 128 to 256, and when I changed it, I had only 70 gigs left, and now I have 90 gigs left. Right. So obviously, clearly, I have used significant amount of storage. Right. I've surpassed my other phone. Right. So 128 would not work for me anymore. So the question here is, should I go with a big one, small one, and what storage? What do you guys think? I need your vote on this. I am inclined to go with a small one because I don't want a bigger phone than this. This is already too big for me, in my opinion,
and it's going to be bigger than that.
and it's gonna be bigger than that.
Yeah. I would just go with the
Small
the
one, no?
Small one.
That's what I'm thinking too. Small one. Now, what about the storage? The difference is, $100 clearly.
Really, your phone storage, you have only 90 gigs left?
Yeah.
Are you sure you're not looking at the iCloud storage?
No,
Let me
iCloud storage, no. Yeah, so I have only 90 gigs left. A lot of
Shit.
it is photos and videos and things like that,
No, it's not actually.
and apps.
No, the
Lot-
majority of it is apps.
Yeah, apps.
No, you have this much of photos, bro. Like
Yeah.
90 gigs out of I'd say 140 out of the 157 that you're using is applications. So you have 24 gigs on WhatsApp, 18 gigs on Audible. You have
Yeah.
all these books you haven't deleted.
Well,
And then
I
it
won't be
says-
deleting them.
It says you have 14 gigabytes used through Chrome, 6 gigabytes used through Instagram, 6 on YouTube. That's weird that your usage is through, like so much. Do Do you have it set where every single photo through WhatsApp downloads?
No. So, but it's the memes and shit that go in there.
Yeah, you can set that to where it doesn't download. Bro.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Now, I also have iCloud. The reason I don't have that much in photos is because everything is on iCloud.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I do too.
Yeah.
You need your space that you're using.
So what
doesn't
you're
need
saying?
to be done.
What you're saying? If I
Look
can
at the bar on
eliminate.
the top.
Mhm.
It literally says applications. Is all of your space.
So what you're saying? If I can eliminate 20 gigs from WhatsApp and then eliminate the Chrome shit,
I don't know why you have
eliminate
stuff
the Instagram
downloaded
and YouTube.
through YouTube. Yeah, or why you have stuff downloaded on Chrome. Like, what is? I don't understand that.
Yeah.
I mean,
But
I guess it's files over time, but that's weird because it should go directly to your files, not saved in the application. So I don't understand what's actually saved within the application.
Well, that's the problem with iPhone. Apparently, you can't really just like get rid of the data. Let's say I'm on Instagram, I cannot just clean it. I have to delete the app and re-download it, and only then it actually.
No.
Well,
Look,
see,
let me
I
see.
can't.
No, through Instagram, right? Because it's telling you documents and data.
Yeah.
So you have to go in and maybe there's either going to be a setting just like WhatsApp, right?
Mhm.
Where you can set it to where it doesn't download the messages to your phone.
Because I can technically get rid of almost 24 gigs just on WhatsApp, and that'll bump me back up to that 128, which means I can get
I think
the
you should do the
128.
128. You
No,
just need
120.
I think
256.
I think you just need to learn to manage your data on your phone because I think you're wasting a lot of space with things you don't even need.
Yeah.
That's what I think, personally.
What does it say? No, but if you leave the chat there, it adds. Yes, even you don't download.
So if you
Yep,
have chats
on
from
WhatsApp.
2012 still there,
I
it's
have
taking up space.
I have the chats out the wazoo, bro.
Yeah, you need to
how
start
do you
deleting
manage-
that. You delete it.
delete the chat.
You just delete the conversation. Not that you're not gonna get. You're still be involved in the chat. The moment someone sends a new message,
Mhm.
you're still in the chat.
Yeah.
You delete all that old info. It saves up, bro.
Yeah, so
That's what I'm saying. You need to learn to manage your space on your phone, and you don't need the 256.
yeah.
With Mickey, I understand because he's got all those posts coming through,
Photography.
shit ton of photos. He's constantly downloading photos to his phone, and if you're doing raw and compressed, some shits are big as fuck.
Yeah.
Or for any big videos because of editing stuff, because he's always editing with the pod and shit like that.
So I
You
just need
can't-
to
you
do a little
may-
bit
you-
of cleanup.
I think you just need to learn to manage that stuff and clean up your phone, and you can manage 128, no problem.
Yeah, but then
especially with iCloud.
But then I'm looking only at $100 difference, which is gonna be like $3 monthly difference.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
It is
so just
like
might as well.
bullshit a month. $24 is $4 a month,
Yeah.
right? Over the 24
Yeah, I think
hour period.
I think this was a good conversation. I think I was kind of leaning towards that, but like looking at different angles, I think I'll still stick with the 258
Really?
and then just
Yeah,
get the
I mean,
small one.
I would downsize. I mean, like, you're right. It's bullshit monthly,
Yeah.
right? Where you're paying, but I don't think you necessarily.
But then
need
I'm
it.
gonna be very close. You know what I mean? Because I did use a lot of data.
Trust me. Watch. You look at what you have here, right? Let's go back. Storage.
You could always consider the new one coming out, which is the Samsung Galaxy Roll.
Roll.
You can roll that motherfucker up.
Oh my god.
Yeah, let's not go the Android route. I'm
Yeah,
smart
don't-
enough
don't be
to
a
work with
hater.
Android
What's
people.
on my phone mean?
On my
Oh,
phone?
shit.
Just files on the phone.
Okay, yeah, you have a bunch of files there, 6 gig worth.
Yeah.
Meta View. What is that?
Meta View, that's the Instagram for business.
5 gigs worth
Mhm.
there. Like, in reality, your photos are taking a look. It tells you there 4 gigabytes,
Yeah.
3.5 gigabytes.
Because of the
on your phone.
iCloud, yeah.
Yeah, because the iCloud. The same thing on my phone. Well, what I'm trying to say is I think that there's a bunch of applications here that are taking up a bunch of space that you don't need to be taking
Yeah.
up. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm gonna just clean up those apps, and then see where I'm at, and then I'll just order according to that. I think
mean,
even if I
between-
don't clean it up, I can still order the 256 and then deal with it later.
I mean, you have 100 gigs left,
Yeah,
98 gigabytes
exactly.
left. You're fine.
hmm I think yeah, and I think the difference in the screen is gonna be going from 6.7 to 6.3, so it's a 0.4. It's a half an inch difference on a diagonal,
Yeah.
so it's gonna be like just a tiny bit
I think I'm
smaller.
gonna get the smaller one just for typing and
Yeah.
stuff. Mickey, what would my monthly be if I turned in my 12 Pro Max in good condition? I would probably go in. What I would do is I would
12 Pro Max was $300.
300, and then so 24 months from what
So
$1,000.
yeah.
So $700.
So
divided by
click on a
24.
16 Pro, and then change the 12 Pro Max, and it'll give him exactly the 128.
$29 a month.
128. And then do the 12 Pro, which is still set over there. So go to finance. is gonna be $30 a month.
Yeah,
right there.
under to the right. Yep.
29.12.
Mhm.
Yep. $29 a month.
Yeah. Cause see, like, go ahead, click on that. Click on that, and then go back up, and then change that to 256, and then change the Pro Max. Yeah.
It's already a Pro Max.
14 Pro Max. Yeah, change that to 14 Pro Max, so I can see the difference. You know what I mean? Yeah. So like,
$5 a month.
yeah. You know what I mean? So it's worth for me to go that route.
Yeah.
But the point here is what I was trying to point out. The point here is it doesn't matter what your fucking storage is. At the end of the day, it's like, you know, sticking with the lower storage is probably better because you're paying less upfront, but you're gonna get same amount of trade-in money at the end.
Yeah, because they don't care about the storage most of the time. Well, I think you do it through the carriers. They do though. They
Yeah,
ask
through
you.
carry. I looked through T-Mobile. My phone, they would give me only like $420 or something like that, which.
The thing is because you're doing like a straight up trade-in. You're not
Yeah.
taking advantage of any of the deals that they have.
Well, that's with a deal. If I did a straight up trade-in, it'd be like $250.
No, it's got to be more.
They have promotions. I feel like a lot of the time they give you really good promotional deals.
Up to $800 off.
Yeah, but that one you gotta upgrade to their new plan.
Oh, the on
That
shit.
go next
Go next or whatever.
bullshit, which like literally gonna increase my monthly by $120.
Yeah, it's not a good idea.
Yeah,
No.
fuck that.
No,
Do you guys get Apple Care on your?
I usually don't.
No, I don't do Apple Care. I do the Protection 360 through
T-Mobile.
T-Mobile. That's like $10 a month. That if anything happens, I just pay a deductible of like $100 and I get a brand new phone.
Yeah,
Or it's not brand new. It's technically refurbished, right? But it's brand new condition.
yeah.
Now,
I
Miggy,
don't remember last time if I got Apple Care. I think I had that same thing, and I went through T-Mobile, and I just
Yeah.
got it changed, and I
Yeah,
got a brand new.
Their Protection 360, they use Assurant
Yeah,
to
something
do
like
their
that.
claims. It's pretty good. They ship you your phone within 2 or 3 days, so it's not that bad.
I went to the store.
They don't do the protection claims through the store. You gotta do their shit through their insurance or whatever.
In
Maybe
that
they
case, I
changed it.
probably had Apple Care.
Yeah, you probably had Apple Care. If you do their insurance that you pay through like the monthly bill, I've done that for the past 2 phones that I've had, and I've done it like 2 or 3 times at least, like doing the deductible shit. You have to go through their insurance. You have to file a claim through the insurance.
let me ask you.
I
This.
remember going into the store and being like, "Yo, let me get my new phone." You guys say I have insurance. Oh, you gotta do this.
I know I got Apple Care on
my
my.
phone.
I know I got Apple Care on my grandpa's phone, and it was a pretty easy process. It was just going to the Apple store. Hey, I
Yeah,
have a
with
plan.
Apple
boom,
Care,
boom,
it's nice
boom.
because you just go to any. You can even go to like authorized dealers like Best Buy, and they honor Apple Care there. Right, so
kinda lit.
anybody that is like an authorized dealer, you can go and like you don't even have to buy your phone through Best Buy, bro. But because they're like an Apple Care like authorized like
Yeah, real
dealer
deal.
or whatever, they can service your phone or like take care of certain transactions and shit.
Miggy, let me ask you this: what about technical differences between a Pro Max and a Pro? What are they?
I think it's just the camera.
I don't think.
Tends-
I think
Tends
camera's
to
the
be.
same.
Oh, whoa, you're saying Pro Max and Pro?
Yeah,
Nothing, it's just the size.
just the size.
Yeah, it used to be the camera.
Mm-hmm.
Used to if you wanted the best of the best camera and like in the 11
Mm-hmm.
if back when the 11 came out, if you wanted the best of the best, you had to get the big one. Now once the 12 or 13, I think it's the 12 because mine was like that, where you can get the small one and have the same camera.
I gotcha. So
Yeah,
there's
it's
really
usually just
there's
size.
really no need to go bigger. There's
And
really
if
no-
if you want the bigger phone.
Well, what's the point of that? Then you gotta use 2 hands anyway. What's the point of that having a bigger phone?
Because you have a bigger screen to watch shit
Yeah.
on.
I'm looking up here the spec difference if there is any.
I don't think so. I think it's literally just gonna be the screen size.
There's definitely a difference between a 16 and a
He's talking about the Pro and Pro Max. Like
Pro and Pro Max. There we go, right here.
Screen on the Pro Max is 6.9 compared to the 16 Pro, which is
Yeah.
6.3.
It's all haptic feedback bullshit.
A18 Pro on both the Pro and the Pro Max.
Yep.
same,
But
yeah.
basic chip on the iPhone 16.
Yeah. Same
The new camera
looks like.
control feature is also on it.
Yeah.
New camera control feature. What is that?
Yeah, it has a little button on the side, a digital screen as well, that you can take pictures with it like this,
Okay.
and you can also adjust like focus and brightness and stuff like that, I believe.
Got you.
48 megapixel on both, ultra wide, telephoto, pretty much exactly the same.
Bro, I had someone tell me the day they were doing content, that they were starting a business and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, what camera are you guys using? Oh, we're still using our iPhone. And she was like, yeah, just people just don't know how to make shit look good on iPhone. I was like, you're still using an iPhone. Like, at the end of the day, you're still using an iPhone, dog. Like, stop it.
So basically, like, the only difference when I'm seeing this, even between a 16 and a
battery
Pro,
life and size
is
of the
battery life between a 16 and a Pro, battery life, and then the camera features, right? Like the zoom option, and also the video features.
You do also get better battery life with the between the Pro and Pro Max, right? Because it's just a bigger phone.
Yeah, that makes sense. USB-Cs though,
Yes, they're all USB-Cs now.
so that's kind of nice.
Whoa, so you get actually like, you get it's USB 2.0 with the original, with the normal one, and USB 3.0 with the. That I think is something that's insanely crazy, just because that's like, how cheap are you, Apple? What the fuck? Like, it's just a port.
Yeah.
It's just a port, and USB 2.0
Yeah, but maybe-
has been the standard for over a decade.
But
Like, what the fuck is this?
I'm sure there's got to be a reason, and I think the reason here is that the regular 16 only has the A18, not the A18 Pro.
Bro, even then, it's like you have a
You
chip
got-
that
you
can
gotta
handle
cut a-
artificial intelligence.
You have
It can-
you have to cut a corner.
We're definitely cutting a corner there, because in the grand scheme of things, it saves them millions of dollars.
Yeah.
Right. Even though it's probably a quarter of a cent, but per phone in the grand scheme of things, right? After, because iPhone is the most their most sold product. At the end of the day, I think it is, right.
Yeah, but like the processor might not be able to faster this type of generation's
No way.
USB-C.
No, I don't believe that. It's just a cut corner.
Not as efficiently as they want, maybe.
Well, guess
They're being
what?
cheap.
Guess what? We don't get the stickers anymore,
Yep. Or the Saran wrap.
or the charger.
Yep. You know what's funny? I saw the other day that someone was taking apart of like a new piece of tech. I think it was like a piece of camera tech, right? Something like that. I was watching a review of something, and the guy, when he pulled the cable out of the box, he was like, and he saw there was no box. He's like, "Fuck you, Apple, for making this a standard, bro." Because now every electronic only comes with the cable, not the box. When before, every electronic came with box and cable, right? Now, Apple started this bullshit, and you don't get a box with every device. That's just annoying. It's like, oh, they assume you already have one. Yeah, dipshit, I have one with another device that I'm already using. Like, to me, that's
Well,
the way I think
not
about
only
it.
that, they removed first came headphones, then came the charger.
And the
It's
actual
like-
port of the headphones as well.
At the end of it,
Support of the headphones.
at the end of it all, it's all for the better, guys.
Is it?
See, I don't know if them starting that trend was necessarily for the better of all technology.
At the time, that's all they knew.
Because I get it in the phone sense, right? You get a new phone every year, and you don't need another fucking block, right? The cable gets messed up, but the block usually survives forever, right? So I get it with phones.
We're talking
But
about.
if I'm going out and I'm buying this fucking light here, right? And they're like, "Oh, we assume you already had the block." No, I didn't have a light, and I'm getting another one. And if I'm getting another one, it's because I'm using both. You know what I mean? Like, with the phone, it's like I don't need two phones. Most people don't use two phones, but I might buy another of another kind of piece of electronic. You know, and I want my fucking box.
Talking
right?
about the block, bro. I have many of those little blocks. I have the tiny blocks.
You have your Nokia one. I'm sure you do.
No, I don't have that. But I do have the
I didn't
iPhone
come
blocks.
with
I
a
got
box. That
3
shit
or
was
4.
attached to the shit.
Yeah.
Probably did.
I like
I don't
3,
fucking
4,
know.
or 5 of those little tiny blocks. But I only have one big one that came with my iPad. Right? So
I know
and
I
then
have a little
bought
cabinet.
Other ones, like I bought the Anchor ones. I still have Anchor ones. So I have plenty of the blocks at home.
I think I got you that when I worked at Best Buy, didn't I?
Yes.
The Anchor thing.
Yeah.
I have a drawer full of those things probably at home, and like half of them work, half of them don't, and I just grab a different batch every time whenever I need it.
Yeah. Just like Luma said, guys, please don't like to give us a like, subscribe, and share, and all that good stuff. Thank you, Luma. But yeah, so that's what we got for iPhones. Thank God for helping me kind of decide on this. I think this was a good way of talking about this out loud and like,
I'm glad my experience at Best Buy has paid off for you.
yeah, you know what's funny? water resistance to depths of 6 meters up for up to 30 minutes. If that bitch is fucking 6 meters deep, it's gonna take you more than 30 minutes to try to recover that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck, you know?
The iPhones are warriors when it comes to underwater. I can speak about the ones
they're
that I've
pretty
had. The 7 for its time was great. The 12 Pro Max survived. The first one that I had survived for
12 Pro
quite a
Max is
while.
great.
I dropped it in front of my buddy Jax's dock, and we were looking for it for quite a while, like 15, 16 minutes. And it survived. It fell 2 times in the water.
Mm. Yeah.
Damn, you clumsy as fuck. Now, you know what I did with one of my phones that I was like, that really sucked? I got it in the water with it in my pocket, salt water and everything.
I would notice.
And
My phone's too big and annoying.
It was when the iPhone, it was back in the day when the 10 came out, the X.
Yeah,
It was
that X is cool as fuck,
Yeah,
dude.
that was the first one they did with the borderless.
I've had
screen and
the
stuff
Ox
like that.
X.
And the
too.
Face ID.
Yeah,
That shit was fucking crazy, dude.
So I had that one, and I remember the way it happened too was kind of fucked up. Now that I think about it, I'm like, damn, I was ungrateful as fuck. So, they go and they do like a buy one get one free deal because they knew I wanted to get a new phone, and my mom wanted to get a new phone as well. And we had already had iPhones, right? We had like the iPhone.
That's right. They did that for 8 too.
7 or 8 plus, right? They did like a buy one get one free deal. And
That's
they
how I
come-
got mine
And
too.
they come home and they're like, "Hey, we got you the new phone." Oh fuck yeah, hell yeah! And I go and look at it, and you know how they had released the 8? It was the 8 at the same
Yeah.
time as the X, and it
X, yeah.
still had the borders and shit.
And
like
it
that
still
as
had
well.
the thing, and then it
Yeah.
converted to the SE.
Right.
Yeah.
So they released the 8 and the 10 at the same time. They skipped 9. And I remember going, no, but I wanted the 10. And they were like, oh, this is the one we got. And I was like, no, fuck that. I want the 10. And I remember they ended up selling the extra phone that they got, right, to somebody. And I went and got the 10. And yeah, I was on the boat one day and I had it in my pocket and I had forgot to take it out. And I just hop out of the boat. And as I'm walking around, I'm like, damn, something feels heavy in my pocket. And I pull that shit out and I'm like, oh shit, it's still working though, because it's waterproof. It was actually one of the first models that was actually IPX rated, right? So I pull it out. It worked at first. I'm oh cool. I put it back in the boat, bro. When we get back off the boat and I'm getting off the dock, I go to pull it out and what the fuck? That shit just never turned back on. Never turned back. Actually, after I got home, let it dry out for a little bit. The next day I go to turn it back on and that bitch flickered once. And then that was it. Dead.
You were happy as shit. You saw that.
Yeah.
No.
What did you do? Did you...
I had insurance. And I filed a claim and got me another iPhone X.
Yeah. It's probably what happened when you were clicking that button. That's when the water got in.
I don't know. I remember at that time too, they had already had the technology where you could, iPhones have this thing where you can open up the SD card and you can look in there, and there's a little tab that goes off it red whenever there's water damage. Right? And I remember opening it up and looking in there, and yeah, it was red.
But the thing with that technology is, a lot of times they'll open up and look at it. Just the sweat and moisture in your pocket will make that shit red. Like, you don't have to drop it in the water.
Shouldn't. No, because that port is sealed. All that is sealed. The water shouldn't get in there in the first place.
No, I know what you're saying, but that's what happened basically to me when I took one of my phones for fixing, and the guy looked at it in there. He's like, oh, has this been dropped in the water? I'm like, no, never been dropped in the water. He's like, yeah, well, sometimes you don't have to be in the water.
I had
Just
the
like
same thing happen
humidity
to
from
me.
your
The guy
pocket.
told me that it had been wet, and I did not remember at all that it had been dropped in the water. And then I thought, I do shower with my phone every single day in hot, like steamy water. So that could be it too.
Yeah.
A lot of
Or
just
just
that.
having your phone in the bathroom could have been it with the
Yeah.
steam. Because having your phone in your pocket, sweat, I don't see that. Yeah.
I don't know. The guy was.
For
saying
I can see
from
it for
the
me.
sweat
I
and
sweat a lot.
heat.
So
I mean, even sweating a lot. Do you sweat to the point where your pocket is soaked?
yes.
Fucked.
I mean, you saw my reel that I put on Instagram.
No, I didn't see it.
You didn't see it?
I did. Yeah.
It's bad.
I get just like that, dude. Just drenched in
You guys
sweat.
went and rolled today? How was that?
Pretty good.
It's good. Hurt a little bit, but we good.
You went to the St. Pete location?
That was pretty good. Yeah. So go ahead. We got.
They got a slight
just-
look change just
I
like us.
sent something actually in the chat that was
Yeah.
kind of interesting. Of
Go to chat because
you
I have a
guys
bunch
heard
of
about
shit
the
on
ham
there, too.
epidemic?
Ham epidemic? No.
Mm-hmm.
The what?
Ham epidemic that's happening right now.
The ham epidemic.
Yeah, go ahead, look it up.
We got epidemics. Ham epidemic. Motherfucker, everything's
No,
an
no, it's,
epidemic. now.
it's Discord. Discord. I just posted it. General chat. It's a
Epidemic,
video.
huh?
It's an Instagram clip. So make sure to unmute the out 1-2 or whatever, so they can hear it.
Oh. Yep, I heard about this.
And it was only 3 people dead at first, like 2 or 3.
All right,
Yeah,
so
so I had heard about this at first, and they said that only a few people had passed away. And then I saw this video, and I saw that the numbers have gone up on how many people have been hospitalized
so what-
as well as passed away.
what he
So-
said is bullshit. He said, "Oh, there's mold and like insects." That has nothing to do with listeria. Listeria is a bacteria, and it's known to be in cured meats. This is why women are not, when they're pregnant, they're not allowed to eat the ham or any kind of cured meats because specifically of the listeria bacteria. Right? Look up listeria bacteria. And this thing will wreak havoc in your body. It will literally like fuck you up. And you know how people usually don't go and get like right away antibiotics. So what happens is then it becomes too late. You know what I mean? It's not like a regular bacteria where you need antibiotics and you get better. This one is just basically just tears you apart.
Listeria is a genus of bacteria that acts as an intracellular parasite in mammals. As of 2024, 28 species have been identified. The genus is named in honor of the British pioneer of sterile surgery, Joseph Lister.
Hmm.
What does it do? It's a generalized blood infection, inflammation of the membranes, and fluids surrounding the brain. Meningitis.
Hmm.
Also to cause meningitis.
Yeah. It's like a brain infection, basically.
Yeah. So careful, anyone eating boar's head right now.
Yeah, and this is common. It's not uncommon. It's pretty common. Like, you know, it's kind of like, you know, when sometimes people will get salad, they eat a salad or vegetable, and then they'll get the shits because they got a E. coli infection. Usually what happens is heavy rains will wash off the fields where cows basically shit, and that's where the E. coli gets in the water supply. And then they use that water supply to water the tomatoes, cucumbers, whatever, vegetables, and that's how you end up getting the bacteria, the E. coli infection. But E. coli infection is pretty common, and it's very quickly to cure, right, with antibiotics. But listeria is this is
Wasn't
bad.
it Chipotle had a really big E. coli breakout, wasn't it?
Yeah, and they most likely were using vegetables that were contaminated with
I
contaminated
think it was
water.
something with the meat actually.
If it was a meat, then it must have been some sort of a listeria outbreak.
Oops, that's not how you spell bacteria.
Hmm.
July 2018, related to Clostridium perfringens, a bacteria that grows rapidly when food is not held at appropriate temperatures.
Okay, so that was a different one. Now there's another, like, you ever heard of botulinum toxin? That's what they use for Botox, is the botulinum toxin to paralyze the muscles. So if you get a botulinum toxin infection, it's like really bad. Like it literally like neutralizes your breathing and everything like that. There's another one. That's why it's super important to go visit a doctor anytime you're in the water and you cut yourself on barnacles. It's very, very important to go see the doctor and get antibiotics because the barnacles have this. Can you look up? I forget the name. It's something vulnificus.
I sliced up my foot pretty bad one time where it was like
Is it
all down the
is
side
it
of my foot.
Phyllococcus or some shit like that?
It's vulnificus. The second name is vulnificus. I forget the name. The,
Barnacle bacteria.
mhm.
I sliced up my foot pretty bad one time when we went free diving.
Bacteria are present around barnacles during all stages of settlement and growth. The study identified
Put
16 types.
vulnificus.
Or toxic bacteria on barnacles.
Yeah. It's inside the barnacles usually.
Toxic.
Something vulnificus.
gave you an AI answer at the top.
According,
Yeah, Autoromonas and
Bacillus.
Balcus,
Bacillus volnificus. Bacillus volnificus.
Bacillus
Bacillus.
biofilms.
Mm-hmm. So they will fuck you up even worse, right? So it's super important if you do get a cut on a barnacle.
I fucked myself up one time and I didn't go to the doctor or nothing. I just put some normal like
Neosporin and shit.
like a triple antibiotic on that bitch and
Yeah, so
called it a
you
day.
have to really watch out because like that one is pretty serious.
It didn't like go deep. It just kind of like did some nice cuts on the
Doesn't matter
skin and
if you
everything.
get open and it's in the
It was a
skin.
long
Yeah.
time ago.
I went fishing
I
with
think I'm
Or.
fine now.
Yeah.
I went fishing with Orsbo one night, and it was out by the Skyway, past it, right after it, and we went on top of these little like pipes, big concrete pipes that were still out there, and he fell from one of them and landed on barnacles, and he sliced his hand right down through here. He didn't go to the hospital or anything, but he kind of fucked up our trip, so we had to
Yeah.
leave immediately. He was bleeding like
There you go.
crazy.
Look up Vibrio vulnificus. That's the one.
How do you spell that?
Vibrio, V-I-B-R-I-O.
VIB.
R-I-O. Vulnificus, second word. V-U. That's the one. This is the one that comes in from
Yeah, my foot
barnacles.
never looked like
And
that.
those are barnacle cuts.
What was it? Is my foot that ugly?
It's present in marine environments such as estuaries, brackish ponds, or coastal areas. V. vulnificus is related to V. cholera, the causative agent of cholera. At least one strain of V. vulnificus is bioluminescent. Increasing seasonal temperatures in low salt marine environments like estuaries favor a greater concentration of Vibrio with filter. Well, our water is pretty salty, so that could have been, another thing. Why not? It's a gram-negative motile curve, broad-shaped.
Alex said the companies were deregulated and able to inspect themselves. Now we are seeing a high amount of food recalls, also causing factories to close, costing people their jobs.
Yeah, so what they did is they went just like the, I'm going to, like, this is my opinion, I don't know if this is true or not, but they did that to financial institutions where they said, okay, you need to supervise yourselves. And in the beginning, there was a lot of fucking scams happening in financial institutions. Then they put more rules and more rules and more rules. So right now, financial institutions, they are the ones that supervising themselves. But then you have the regulators that are in charge of this, and they constantly visit and check. So I'm guessing this is what's going to happen as well. They're going to just continuously put these barriers in place, right? And eventually, throughout the time, that will change, where you're going to have less and less of this happening, right? So it's all a slow process, right? So.
Well, this sounds like it's a lot of huge risk to all of us that consume all this shit. So
And
hopefully
Boar's
they
Head
can
is
get
known
it.
for being good quality cold cuts, basically, right? So Boar's Head is
Yeah, they're known as they're very well known like as a brand in the sense where it's like you're either getting Boar's Head or whatever Publix offers. Like, you know what I mean?
But again, on another note, I mean, how many people did it say passed? 54?
No, 54 were hospitalized. 9 people have died.
Yeah. So out of 340 million. You know what I mean? In a whole scheme of things, this shouldn't be happening. But in a whole scheme of things, like 54 and 9 people, that is not a big number. You know what I mean?
Right, but then I guess they just have to look at like in comparison to how many people died from it last year.
Yeah. Yeah, of
You know,
course.
that would really is what you have to look at.
Of course, yeah.
You know, because if you're telling me only if nobody died of it last year, and then you have 9 this year, and nobody was ever hospitalized, okay, then we have a problem.
Then we have a problem, yeah.
Definitely have a problem.
Obviously, so they're going to come in and put the regulation in place. They're going to say, okay, this is going to happen. We're going to start fining you a lot. You know what I mean? And, because in financial institutions, what it is, financial institution can fine, let's say, especially investment banking, they can fine a banker or investment banker X amount of money.
Right, but that's what's leading. I guess I mean, from what I'm assuming, what Alex said there is that's what's leading to these people.
Yeah, because they're
places end up
deregulating it.
closing down, and people losing their jobs.
Well, they're deregulating it, right? And then the smaller ones that they cannot keep up with this, or they cut the corners, they get the lawsuits, and this is why they're closing
Boar's
down.
Head is not a small one. Though.
That's what I'm saying. Boar's Head is just going to pay their fines, and they're going to continue existing. It's going to become part of their daily business, right?
Yeah.
So
Alex
it's the
said-
smaller ones that are.
Alex said in the Discord the other night that Mirab His last name, it looks like somebody sneezed in the keyboard.
Davilashvili?
I could never.
Davilashvili.
Davilashvili?
What?
Davilashvili?
Davilashvili.
I can't spit it out. I hear
Davlashvili.
people say it all day, and I.
Mirab Davilashvili.
The reason is I'm very.
Bro, that is a tongue twister. Try saying it 5 times.
I can't even say it once.
Davilashvili, 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 Davilashvili,
I
Davilashvili.
echo en los micrófonos. Valentina just messaged me that we get an echo. Hey guys in the chat, do you get an echo? Yeah, any echo in cameras, let us know. Davilashvili, so that's a very common Georgian last name. A lot of them are like Vili, like that last, like the ending is pretty common. Like Google up some common Georgian last names,
Common Georgian last names.
and then I want to actually talk about the fights.
Yeah, we can talk about
They
it.
said yes, 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 yes.
Yes, what?
So we do have
Yeah,
an echo.
Jay's mic for sure.
Jay's mic for sure.
I don't know.
Jay's mic when I'm in this camera right here.
What camera, guys? When it's the main view where you can see both of us, or the view where it's just myself?
It just depends on the scene.
Go ahead and put Streamlabs up here real quick, and let's go through each scene. I want to check something out.
Yeah, so we're gonna try to fix this on the fly, guys, for you.
Yeah, I think we should be able to.
So Jay's mic for sure. Miggy is good. So we're gonna try to figure this out. So Miggy, while you're at it, while he's looking at that, see if you can pull up on the other screen.
He's working on it.
Uh,
And if there's no lobby, there's another loophole that a lot of people don't talk about. It's the
oh, that's the old one you're watching, Miggy.
Oh, that wouldn't have helped.
All views have the echo. All views have the echo.
All views have the echo.
Really? Okay.
Check Miggy's camera. See if the microphone is on.
The microphones are off.
On cameras. Maybe that mic is still on. No.
I'm gonna improvise something so we can just fix it quickly.
check Mickey's camera.
Vicky, does that reach for you for a mic that you can use?
Microphones are off.
I could talk into this.
You can figure it out.
Yeah.
Go ahead and plug it in, and
Are you thinking it might be the Shure?
yeah, I'm thinking it might be.
So, trying to figure this out here.
Testing
guys.
now, guys. Testing now. Let me know if it's fixed now. I just muted it on the stream, so it should be good.
Yeah, so just let us know if you're still getting an echo,
Which
because we're dealing with a couple of amps. I think that could be it.
That's weird though,
reason.
because if it is that mic, I haven't messed with that at all, so I don't see why it should be that microphone, but it may be. And yeah, you
who
can move it
knows? I mean, now we should be able to see if
if it's
it is
that.
fixed.
Yeah.
Why don't we run?
Sounds good. Okay, sounds good now. All right, that's fine. I'll figure it out later. We
Yeah.
can keep going.
Why don't we just run one amp, or just maybe operate that?
I
amp?
wanted to have it set up. We'll do it later.
Yeah.
I think it's best to look at upgrading the
amp.
amp thing. Just have everything on one, dude.
Yeah, but that means getting something with
Yeah, it's good confirmation.
eight
Thanks, Valentina.
inputs.
That's fine. We'll do it.
Yeah.
I'll pay it. I'll just start.
No, it's not that much more. It's not that much more. I think it's like they're under $200.
I don't care. It's just
It,
we're at the point where we shouldn't have that.
It's that's true, and I mean the number one piece of advice that Bailey's dad Juanito gave me
Is the
was
amp.
the least amount of equipment, the more simple, and the better shit happens. When
Yeah.
you start adding more and more stuff, it complicates shit.
So go, Mickey. Go try. We can look for an amp that can eliminate the headphones as well. Just one amp that does both headphones and
is that
this-
possible?
I think so.
Don't think that is.
No, well, we're just gonna have to look. Anyway, go to the last name. See what we got.
Georgian last
Mm-hmm.
names. Beridze,
Beridze, yep. Kapanadze,
Banadze,
Galashvili, Mazuradze, Georgiadze, Lomidze, Tsikaluri, Bolkavadze, Geli, and
No,
Nozadze. So those are like straight up Georgian last names. Davilishvili is so I'm pretty accustomed to it. Shvili meaning child of.
So what does Davashvili mean?
Davashvili, son of Davash, I guess.
What does Davashvili?
Yeah, we should have bought this one in the first place. They have the same one that has 8 inputs for less than $200.
Mm-hmm.
It's also one of those that goes on a server rack. Like it has the little screw-in tabs.
Professional up here.
Yeah, but it's
So
the same.
It doesn't tell me what the meaning is.
Davil
It just brings up Marab.
Davil Shvili means like Davil's son, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Davil's son. That's basically what it is. So
Last names actually had like a meaning to them in that sense.
in this case, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, in this case, yeah.
interesting.
Now, talking about the fights, guys.
So I this is my opinion on the entire fight night.
Mm-hmm.
Starting off, I started watching the prelims. I
Mhm.
think it was, bro. The fights were awesome.
Prelim fights were badass.
Fucking awesome.
Prelim fights were
and,
badass.
and even the first 2 fights on the main card,
yes, badass.
fucking awesome.
The girls fight. The
Bro, girls fight was
one-
brutal.
the one that got her
Brutal.
fucking head busted. I had to go throw up, bro.
What?
Yeah,
You threw up from
I
that?
threw up. I was
That's
watching. I
crazy.
was watching the fight, and I had just ate a shit ton of food, and I was watching the fight, and I just got disgusted just looking at her shit busted open.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Holy shit!"
She
Did you
was
see-
split all the way from up here
It was-
down, and then because I saw the stitches afterwards, right? She
Yeah.
has this split that goes all the way into her eye, and then she has another one that goes across.
Angel
right
had
here.
said, "Yeah, that's 20 stitches." I'm like, "That is not 20 stitches."
That's more
Bro,
than 20
yeah,
stitches.
that's a lot of stitches.
Especially on her face where they have to make sure like that you don't get
It's
that
real nice
scarring.
and tight.
Nice
yeah.
and tight, yeah.
They got.
I don't know if this is gonna be public information
It-
because it's medical stuff, but I want
it's
to.
on
I wanna look
Instagram.
up to see how many stitches was it that she had.
Well, I mean, there's a picture of her on Instagram with all
Aldana.
the stitches. You could probably count them.
Aldana.
Irene Aldana.
Irene Aldana.
Irina
Irene, so Irene.
Aldana.
Irene Aldana. Yep.
Look
Look at that right there. There was
Dude,
that picture. I don't think she posted it.
Yeah, that's
maybe
the one.
it's
That's
the one right there that's
Censored
blocking
one?
the one that's
I
blocking.
don't want to show it in the stream either.
Well, you don't have to. Don't switch the scenes.
Yeah, but I'm just saying I don't want to show it. See real. Dude, that's.
Oh
Yeah,
my
did you
God.
see that punch that actually opened it?
It
Like
wasn't a
her
punch.
I'm looking away.
her face moved like it's a mask.
It
The
wasn't.
skin.
It wasn't a punch that initially opened the.
No,
cut.
no, not the punch that initially opened it, but the one that actually went all the way down.
Oh yeah, because it was a bunch of punches afterwards that kept opening it up
Yeah.
more and more and more.
Yeah.
But the initial cut came from a headbutt.
Headbutt.
I was just really surprised that they were allowed to keep fighting after that shit.
Yeah, I was surprised they let her.
The fight off.
Yeah.
Now here's the question: do you think if that happened in a Marab and Sean O'Malley fight, they would let it continue?
I think that most other refs and doctors would have called that fight.
Did you guys catch when Joe Rogan initially said that the guy that was refereeing the Sugar Sean O'Malley and Marab fight,
Yeah.
he's a good referee. He's a good referee. And then he was like calling something out or some shit, and he's like, whoa, what do you mean?
The
That's a terrible call.
excessive coaching.
Yeah.
Excessive
something
coaching.
Like that.
Yeah.
Now, if it was anyone else, that fight would have been done. You know, I think they would have been stopped. The minute Marab did that shit, they would have stopped the fight right away and then gave it to Sean O'Malley.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, I remember what it was. It was the kissing.
The kissing.
Yeah. Because it was right before the end of the
The
and
tuck
he was
tuck
on
tuck
top
had
of it,
already
and He was
happened.
kind of kissing him. He kissed him, and then it ended. He walked up, and Sugar Sean Bob hit him in the back of the head.
So that's not actually what happened though, Miggy. So it was the last 10 seconds, right?
Yeah.
He kissed him, did that shit, and
he got up.
Herb Dean said, "Hey, stop that!" And Marab understood that it was like, "Hey, stop! It's the end of the round," but it was still like another 3 seconds
Yes.
in the round, right? So Marab stood up and walked
Well-
away, and the round hadn't ended yet. Sean clocked him, and that's right when it went beep.
Yeah, that could be. The way that I interpret it was that Marab was already looking at the clock in front of him in the cage,
No,
and he
no.
just started walking
No,
away
Herb-
because he had already stopped the fight.
Herb,
Because he had stopped the fight, he was like, okay, by the time I get up and walk away a little bit, the time is going to be out.
Sean was pissed as fuck. He just got up and
Yeah.
slammed his
No,
shit.
Herb Dean said,
Dean
"Hey,
said
stop
stop
that!"
him.
to him kissing him.
And did you hear him when in the beginning of the fight when it's like he's coaching, and Herb Dean's like, "Listen, I know my job. Let me do my job.
Yeah.
You do your job."
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So I don't know about that because
I don't think the judging was controversial. As a ref, I think he did his job. I think he did his job and he did it pretty good.
if there's any rules with the fighter from the opposite corner interacting with the corners of whatever, the opposite corner, if there's a rule there, then there's something. But the fact that they called the whole fight like pause, like stop fighting, yo, stop talking to their corner, this and that,
It was a bit of a snowflake.
that shit was
rule.
weird.
So I
It was
think
weird.
Joe Rogan questioned that excessive coaching, so you're not allowed to do it. And then later, within the minute or two, they said, "Oh yeah, I guess there is a rule
Yes.
for excessive coaching."
There is a rule.
And the coach was saying, we were watching the fight. He goes, "One of the rules is if you like slamming the fucking thing and like making ruckus, that's considered excessive coaching." And apparently, they considered excessive coaching because the guy was talking to Marab
Yes.
as excessive
He was
coaching.
telling Marab to be patient.
No, he's saying go.
No, when he
Or-
said go was Aljamain.
Aljamain, okay.
He was saying, Aljamain, you gotta go, Aljamain.
Yeah.
But with Marab, apparently he was saying, you gotta be patient, Marab, like saying the same thing. And Tim Welch came out afterwards and said, like, oh, I was literally saying exactly what I would have been saying to Sean to him as well, like, But that's part of their mind.
Nah, that
games,
fucking
bro.
redhead monkey, he knows what he was doing.
It's
and
mind games, bro. It's mind games. And
yeah, exactly.
I think that it was like a bullshit moment. I think that Marab shouldn't have like paid so much attention to saying, "Hey, stop that, stop that." I get like if you while you're fighting, you see like, "Hey, shut the fuck up."
I think Marab had
said
a
it.
chip on his shoulder
But
because
the fact
of the
that
Aljo
he
fight.
like took his attention from Sean in the middle of this fight to Tim Welch, that to me was like, yo, you're not being smart right now.
Yeah. No. I mean, I think he had a chip on his shoulder because of the Sean. What's his name?
Aljo.
Aljo's fight.
Yes, there was definitely like already some like
Animosity there.
there was already
maybe?
some fuel on the fire in the sense where this had already happened once, and it
Yeah.
was very viral. It was very viral that it was going around of Tim Welch screaming,
But
"Aljo, go! You gotta go!"
But here's the thing, because Sean O'Malley was able to kind of hurt him last 2 rounds. He was able to hurt him with those kicks. He was able to get some punches in.
Yeah, but I think it was a masterclass by Marab the entire fight.
It
was
was
4 rounds to 1.
It
If,
It was,
if you
and if
ask
you look
me.
at the stats, it definitely shows as well.
Yeah,
I
it
keep
wa-
trying to talk into this mic.
but it definitely was. But then remember, like all the punches came in after Marab took him down. Punches were not coming in when Marab wasn't taking him
There's
down.
still significant
What-
strikes from
Correct,
smashing your
correct.
head to the
When they're in a
canvas.
stand up,
Yeah, no,
Sean was landing more punches than Marab.
absolutely.
So, in my opinion, if Sean went a little bit lower, right, just to defend his base, a little bit lower, because he's much taller than Marab, and he knows Marab is a very good wrestler.
Yeah,
he
but
went a
that's,
little bit lower and just kept just jabbing, and
that's not
connecting.
how Sean fights, though. That's
Yeah,
not.
I know.
That's not his fighting style. You're literally telling the guy to change his fighting style completely on how he strikes and everything. You realize that would change his complete dynamic on how he throws every single
No, I
punch.
know that. I know. I understand that. And he's there waiting for that one sniper shot. You know, this is a good wrestler, bro. Like that sniper shot. Yeah, I agree. But what are the chances of you landing the fucking sniper shot, right? Versus
Pretty
somebody
good.
that gets a hold of you and they're taking
I
you
mean,
down. No
he
questions
does
asked.
pretty well at landing those sniper shots, to be honest. So, and I'm not a Sean O'Malley fan, but I respect that the guy is masterclass when it comes to
No,
striking.
the overall, I think it was pretty. They were both covered in one bitch's blood. Lol. Yeah. Not bitches. I wouldn't say Aldana is a pretty fucking badass fighter, but yeah, like, did you see the ring after their Aldana's fight, bro? It's just literally covered. You know, covered. But
So
you know what I thought was actually cool?
the sphere was fucking insane. That
It's
shit looked awesome.
badass. Yeah, forget all that. Diego, like last second, like putting clothes on to go and help
Yes.
coach. That was cool as shit.
And that was his plan from the beginning. I heard in a press conference he said, "My plan for Saturday night is to be out there for 2 fights."
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, so you plan on doing your fight and going in cornering for Alexa?" Yes, I plan
Yeah.
on doing so.
Yeah. And Diego is a fucking machine. He's gonna be a problem in that division. He's gonna
He
be
is
a
a problem in
big
that
problem in that division.
He is a problem in that division.
Alexa Grasso, from what I saw, amazing fucking jujitsu. She just wasn't able to get anything off
Yes.
from the bottom.
Yeah,
But
she.
other than that, she had great control.
Yeah,
But you
she
know
has. She played bottom very well. She threw up a lot of submissions. But the sad part is that's all
She was doing,
Alexa
yeah.
Grasso did throughout the entire fight.
Yeah.
Was submission attempts from
Yep.
the bottom.
Yeah.
Yep.
From the bottom. So, that's the sad part. And I was rooting for Alexa Grasso, but that was 5 rounds to 0.
Yeah. And Valentina Shevchenko, I mean, arguably those both fights were boring, but who gives a fuck, right? At the end of the day, they're boring. It is what it is, because you got to understand, this is how I look at it. At those levels, this is a championship fight.
I
You're
actually
not
have a different opinion. I think the fight was actually very interesting if we're talking about the main event, because I've never really seen Sean get dominated like that.
well, that's where I was
He's
gonna.
always been able to stay up. He really has good takedown defense. He stays away from those type of.
The reason you're saying that now is because you've gotten into jiu-jitsu and you understand how much goes into taking somebody down, controlling, so on and so forth. An average person that watches UFC fights, they want to see
That was a boring
carnage.
fight to them.
They want to see kicking and
I saw
and punching.
a very entertaining fight in my eyes, in the sense where, you had this guy that is a masterclass at striking, right, versus this guy that is a masterclass at grappling, right? And so it's very interesting to see how either of them were attempting to implement their game, right? And then I also enjoyed seeing Sean O'Malley get smashed, because I'm not a Sean O'Malley
And then
fan.
this is what I'm trying to say. Like, when you're getting at those levels of punching and kicking good, like, yeah, Alex Pereira is like miles and miles ahead of his competition. Whoever is the first place, he's miles ahead of them. Like, he literally just like a half punch and people are going to sleep, right? Like, at those levels, you're not gonna see. I think the Shevchenko and Alexa fight is the best example I can give you. It was a domination of 5 rounds, but it was a very slow, methodical fight. There was nothing
That one
crazy
was not
going on.
entertaining for me at all.
No, it was not
that
an entertaining
one
fight.
was pretty boring. I think that was. I mean, there was fights on the prelims that were 10 times better.
Yes,
10 times better.
Diego's fight was better.
Diego's fight was very good. That was one fight though that kind of pissed me off how one-sided it was.
The Diego's fight.
Yeah, I wanted Diego to win. I'm happy he won, but I'm also a Brian Ortega fan. I wanted to see him put on a good fight. I didn't see him put on a good fight.
See, this is exactly what I'm saying. Like the Brian Ortega fight and Diego fight, the reason it was like that is because Diego is just so much better than Brian Ortega. He just is. He's just that much better. This is when you're getting those crazy fights, when you're getting those crazy punches and
in
kicks.
the first round when he knocked him down, right?
Mhm.
That shit was so cool because I noticed in the replay, it's like he hits him with the right hand, and Brian's body goes limp, like he goes to drop, and he hits him with a left hand, and it looks like the left hand wakes him back up and kind of gets his legs back under him, which is very weird.
Reset him.
And then he dropped him again in the third round.
Just Diego, man. Diego's neck, bro. His neck is the size of his waist.
Boxing's
noticed
great.
that?
Ground game is great.
Yeah, I think
he's a black belt in jiu-jitsu.
3-stripe black belt.
Second degree.
Second degree or
Second
third
degree,
degree?
I
I
think
thought
it's-
that's
I think
what
they- I think
Rogan
they-
said.
Second was what Rogan.
Yeah.
I think.
Anyway,
I heard
doesn't
it.
matter. It's second degree
Yeah.
fucking black belt in jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
And a
Take the-
striker.
And
Hey, that-
it was really cool because every time I saw grappling exchanging starting to happen at the beginning of the fight, at least, I was, oh shit, this is where Brian can implement some of his strength because he's a great grappler, right? And I just was watching those where they would be on the cage with over under and they would fight, and Diego would be able to turn it around and put Brian's back on the cage, and I was like, oh shit, all right, no, yeah.
You know what was a crazy fight though? The Mexican guy with a black guy,
Lazy
bruh.
boy.
I thought the Mexican guy's head is gonna pop, bro.
Which one?
Lazy boy versus the Jamaican guy.
Yes,
Osborne, the Osborne fight, yeah, versus
bro. The
what's his name?
position he put the Mexican kid.
O'Day Osborne, the Jamaican kid, yeah.
Yeah, the position he put the Mexican kid in, I was like, "There's no way this kid is coming out of this."
And then randomly the Mexican would
He
put it
just
on
like-
him.
Yeah, it would just
Would
put it on him, bro.
and it was that
Yeah,
was a great
crazy.
fight. And then
Ronaldo
the-
Rodriguez with Ode Osborne. Yeah.
yes, that was a great fight. And then also Ribovic versus Hellbunger or some shit like that. So Ribovic, look up Ribovic.
And then the Argentinian dude.
Yes, no,
No.
it's no H, and with an S after the C.
UFC.
And
Yeah,
they're-
Esteban Ribovic. Yeah, this guy had a great fight.
yeah, the
Against
Argentinian. dude.
what's his name? Yeah, Daniel Zellhuber.
Mhm.
Zellhuber. Yeah, that was a great fucking fight.
But did
bro.
you know? But did you see?
Awesome fight.
Did you see the difference between like how much of a difference it makes the length of the arms and the height, man?
Yeah.
Because Esteban was getting tagged, but like grace of God, he actually like ended up winning that. You know.
No, I think Esteban put on a great performance.
Yeah.
Now
Go-
go up to see the stats of the Marab versus Sean.
Yeah.
Because it shows you
I
how
was
many
gonna
times
say
they
so.
hit each other everywhere, right? So, knockdown 0, right? Total strikes, you have 49 out of 91 landed for Sean O'Malley.
If you just look at this,
214
immediately,
over
it's
310.
stats.
Mhm.
Right? Significant strikes, 47 out of 89.
So he
and then
was more
82 out
accurate
of
with significant
164.
strikes. See, this is what I'm saying. He's more accurate with significant strikes, and he should have put more of those. You know what I mean?
Not really. He's not more accurate.
Well, look at out of 49
That's half and half.
total strikes, 47 were significant.
No, but I'm saying if you break down just accuracy between the significant strikes.
Yeah, but percentage-wise, all of his strikes that connected were significant strikes. Versus Marab's 214 strikes.
Well, yeah,
were
because a
only
lot of them
82.
were on the ground, but that doesn't prove accuracy. Proving accuracy is like out of landed versus thrown, right?
Well, no, I know what you're saying. Yes, it is half and half, but whatever landed, he actually landed significant strike.
I don't know. I think it's just because of a bunch of the punches that were thrown on the ground and stuff like that they're not gonna count as significant, right?
Yeah, like head, look, head, body, legs. I mean, control. 10 minutes of
There
control.
was a lot
Takedown,
of that.
6.
Take down little punches on the side.
Mm-hmm. Well,
And he need the fuck
we-
out of his legs.
we knew Marab was not going to submit him, and we also knew he's not going to knock him out. So
See, this is where I don't agree with this shit because you see here where it says legs 2 out of 2
Mhm.
for like thrown and landed for on Sean. That's bullshit. You saw the amount of knees he threw to his quad when he had him on the fence.
Yeah.
Like that's pretty significant if you
Oh,
ask
yeah,
me.
dude,
Yeah.
I
When he was on the
remember
fence, and he
those.
just blasting his
Yeah.
quad
Yeah.
with the knees.
I
Right
remember
into
That's
the
pretty
lymph
fucking
node.
significant if you
That
ask me.
Yeah, it's right into the lymph node
Yeah.
too. That hurts like a motherfucker.
Yeah, he was blasting those knees. So like even these stats are kind of off to me if you ask. You know,
Yeah. But at the end of the day, they
it
couldn't.
was a domination.
Yeah, 100% domination. And then, who do you think?
I am so happy. I see Sean being humble about it.
Yeah, Sean was always
Sean's
humble.
so
about it.
humble about
Remember when he was fighting the Russian guy?
it. What do you
and
mean
they
always so humble about
No,
it?
no, no. I'm gonna tell you, he was always humble about it. Remember when Russian?
Bro, he says he didn't lose to Cheeto Vera. Is that being humble? No.
Yes, but remember, he fought the Russian guy,
Pyotr
Peter Yan, and he himself thought that he lost that fight, and they raised his hand.
When did you see him say that?
It was in a fight at the end. You
Oh,
can
you're
tell.
saying when he raised his hand. I mean, there's
At
just
the end
because
of-
of his
and then they-
face, you don't know nothing.
No, and then they asked, and it's like, "What do you think?" He's like, "Oh, I'm just gonna go watch the fight."
Yeah, I don't
again."
know. I'm gonna have
He
to go
didn't.
watch
He
the
didn't
tape.
brag about the win because he himself didn't believe he won.
Well, you don't know that 100% because he
It's
didn't
just-
say it.
He didn't say.
Right.
Of course, he didn't. say it.
So, but man, I was never labeling him as humble, bro.
Well, he's not humble
of
by
all
any
the
means.
shit he was always
Yeah.
saying, like, "Oh, I never actually lost that fight. You know, it was a
Yeah.
mistake. The
And then he
sugar,
kept adding on
the
it.
sugar commission has approved it. They took it off of my record. It's no longer a loss. This and that. He talked hella shit.
That's just him trolling,
right?
and I think it's hilarious.
No, but I think it's funny too, right? Whatever. But I'm just saying I was surprised to see him afterward just say, like he was the better fighter, and another day in the office,
has to
got to
say
go
that.
back.
Well,
And
well, all this is.
no, he doesn't. He can be like fucking Kobe Covington and go talk shit after losing 5 rounds straight, just like Kobe did to Leon.
He's built this whole entire reputation behind, like, I'm the best.
Well, so here's
I feel
the
like
question
a
here.
lot of fighters have to think that they're the best. I don't
No,
know.
that's for sure. I don't disagree with that. You have
do,
to think you're the
do you
best.
think they're gonna do number 2 right away, or do you think they're gonna
no.
bring somebody else?
When someone puts on a performance like that, where it's like domination, and you only have, I mean, he has what, 1 title defense? Nah, they're probably not gonna do a rematch.
So
right away.
who's not?
unless like someone like Umar, right? Because that's gonna be his next is Umar,
Yeah, the Khabib's brother. Yeah,
cousin. Yeah, that'll be his next fight for sure. Umar Nurmagomedov.
So what do you think about that?
Merab's fucked because Umar has great striking and great wrestling. So I think that's where Merab is gonna have to tighten up that striking because he's gonna go try and take Umar down, and Umar's gonna go, "Fuck you! I ain't going down to the floor. I'm
Yeah,
not
that
giving
easy,
you. I'm
yeah.
not giving you the chance. No, we're gonna stand here and bang."
Mhm.
And I think that's where Umar is gonna piece him up.
Yeah. Now, you think Umar is the next person that can give him some?
I think he is the person in that weight division to give. I think he is the only one, if you ask me right now, to beat Merab. I mean, who else is gonna beat Merab in that division?
But that's gonna be what, in another maybe soon as 6 months.
No, they'll probably do it by the end of the year.
You think so?
I think so. Maybe December, January.
Yeah. So I don't know. We're just gonna have to watch. I never really thought Sugar Sean being that good. I thought Peter Yan was better than him.
Now, after I watched him do what he did to Cheeto and Aljamain, I thought he was that good. I knew he was that good. Championship level for sure. He is championship level.
Yeah, he is. He's definitely in top 5 for sure.
Well,
but
now
I
he-
don't
now
think he's
he's in-
number 1 or number.
Now he's
two.
the number one contender.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
lost the
But
belt,
then
now he's the number
who's
one
he?
contender.
Who is he gonna fight now next?
They'll probably have him rematch Peter Yan or.
Can you bring up everyone that's in
rankings?
that ranking
Yeah.
ranking of that bantamweight
If
division?
you just search UFC, it'll take you to their page and you can do it pretty easily from there. Yep, athlete rankings, and then find the bantamweight. Okay, so Sean O'Malley is probably gonna fight Peter Yan next.
Mhm.
Maybe a fight against Corey Sandhagen or even Davison Figueiredo, because all of those guys are one win away in the top 5 for to a title shot. You know,
Mhm.
if you ask me, Corey Sandhagen shouldn't have taken the Umar fight. He should have said, "Fuck that! I'm waiting for the title," because he was well, in the right for a title shot. But hey,
Look, Bilal Muhammad went up. Why is Bilal Muhammad there?
that's the pound for pound.
Oh, for pound. Okay.
Yes, that is the pound for pound ranking. So you
Now,
have
what do you
Islam
think-
Makhachev at number 1.
What do you think in a Topuria's weight class? Who's gonna be?
Well, Diego Lopez just jumped up to number 3.
So Diego
Die-
Lopez, Max Holloway, dude, that's gonna be bad. Look,
So
you have Alec Volkanovski, Max Holloway, and Diego Lopez, and Ilya Topuria.
So you know what's gonna happen? So you have Max Holloway going for the title next.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna have Alexander Volkanovski
Fighting
Diego
Diego.
Lopez, and that's where my boy Diego's gonna take his loss,
Yeah,
if you ask me.
you think so?
So Volkanovski is just fucking nasty, bro. I
Mm.
don't care. I don't care that he got knocked out 2 times in a row.
Mhm.
I don't care. I've seen what he can do.
Yeah,
and he beat Max Holloway 3 times.
yeah. he
3
did.
times.
Mhm.
I mean,
Go down. Go down more. Let's go to the next classes. All right, so we have then 155. What do you think about Arman Sarukian and Islam? What do you think where do you think we're gonna stand on that?
I think Islam will keep his belt.
You think so?
I think Islam will keep his belt. I think Islam right now, rightfully so, has the pound for pound number 1 ranking.
Yeah,
in the
because
world.
Arman was a decision. They fought before, and
Yes,
that was a decision.
And Arman can take him down and do all those things. But I think Islam, since he has become champion, has gotten better. Has gotten even better than he was before. I mean, he went to a 5-round decision with Volkanovski once, and then the next fight he knocked him out in the first round.
Yeah, because I did
mean,
watch.
I think Islam he's just getting better. He's the best in the world right now for
Yeah.
a reason.
Now, what do you think about the whole Bilal's division?
Boring,
bro?
the most boring champion we currently have. I'm sorry, great fighter. He's the. I feel so bad for saying that as like the first thing when you say him, but great fighter.
I like
he
him.
is the champion.
I like
for
him
a
because, in my
reason.
opinion, that's how champions should be.
And he beat Leon Edwards. I see him beating. I think he can beat everyone in that top 5
Easily.
Easily.
He'll
can do it.
definitely outwork
Now-
him, if anything.
Now, fighting against a guy like Kamaru Usman, ooh, that's where I'm like, I don't easily beat him. I don't know about easily. Can he beat him? Yes.
Yeah. Well,
Shavkat Rakhmonov, that's another one.
That's gonna be
Ah.
actually Shavkat, yeah, and then Kamaru Usman's gonna be actually a pretty good fight because he's a wrestler and these guys are wrestlers too. So
Yes.
that's gonna be a very good
Yes.
way to see what's going on.
And I think
Whoever is better
I
striker
think
is gonna
Shavkat
win.
is is just like Bilal in the sense where they are like predominantly wrestlers, but they also have great striking, right? So I think that will be a great matchup to see because those guys are probably just gonna fucking bang it out or try to. Um,
What about the Drake is Duplessis that weight
that
class?
division is kind of a weird one for me, but I don't know. I think Dreykus is gonna be fighting whoever, probably Sean next after
Again?
Sean. Yeah, because Sean just beat Paulo, who I think it was,
Mm-hmm.
right? So he's probably gonna fight Sean again.
Mm-hmm.
Is what I feel there. Israel Adesanya just came off that loss to Dreykus Duplessis. Israel Adesanya.
Are they
don't
gonna
know.
bang against Robert Whittaker again?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I don't think so. I think
Imamov?
I think they're gonna either put him against Nasruddin Imavov or Kyle Bohayo. Kyle Bohayo is a fucking problem in that division. Did you see what he did to Jared Kennedy?
Mm-hmm.
Kyle Bohayo is a problem in that division.
What about Alex Perez? I don't even know.
There's nothing to talk about here. The only person in that top 5 that I see that I'm like, oh, that's when he's
maybe
fucked
Ankalaev. Maybe.
Maybe. I know Ankalaev's gonna fuck him up.
You think so?
What?
But he gonna fuck up Pereira.
Ankalaev's gonna go and shoot a double leg as fast as he can.
Mm.
And he's going to take him down, and he's going to wrestle him just like he did to Jan Blachowicz. I just hope, for Ankalaev's sake, is that he realizes that a lot faster than he did in the Jan Blachowicz fight.
Yeah.
Right? Jan Blachowicz fight, first round, they feel each other out. Round 2, 3, Jan Blachowicz kicked the fucking bricks off of his legs. Right? Where literally Ankalaev could barely walk.
Yes.
Then round 4 and 5 come around, and Ankalaev decides to finally wrestle him. Right? And gets him to the ground and dominates for 2 rounds. He cannot wait 3 rounds.
Alex
with
will
Pereira.
piece him up.
Pereira will knock him out in 2 rounds if he doesn't take him down.
Yes.
That's where that's what I think would happen on that fight. Now, Yuri Prohaska, not happening. We've already seen that happen.
Yeah, twice.
Jamal Hill, nope.
No.
Jan Blachowicz, nope. Alexander Rakic, hell no. Volkan Ozdemir, another one that might be a good wrestler that might take him down. Now they're having number 8 fight him right now, Khalil Roundtree.
We'll see.
Yeah, Khalil. I think Khalil's gonna have a bad night, but I don't know. Khalil has also been training recently with doing a lot of Muay Thai. His stance has changed, which you can see from when he first started off. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen here.
All right, so go down. So John Jones, I don't even know if we. Tom Aspinall, maybe.
I think Tom Aspinall is the guy to beat John Jones.
Maybe.
Like I don't know, man. The whole thing with that is crazy to me, where you have a guy that is the heavyweight champion of the world. He comes and he wins the belt. Then he has an injury. I understand that he has an injury. That's no problem. You were set to fight someone and you couldn't. And now they bring in another guy to fight for your interim belt. But the guy that you were originally going to fight doesn't want to fight that dude either. So they got to bring another dude. That's why you ended up having Aspinall versus Pavlovich. Because Miocic wouldn't fight Aspinall for the interim belt, right? So now you have a guy with an interim belt that now has defended that interim belt once against Curtis Blades, and they're not gonna fight each other.
Yeah, I know, it's weird. It's all weird.
It makes zero fucking sense.
Go to the
It
girls.
makes zero sense.
Go to the girls. Zhang Wei Li is number 2 for pound to pound. For
I think
women.
now that what's her name?
Grasso.
No, now that Rose Namajunas has left that division and has gone to the flyweight division, I don't see anyone beating Zhang Wei Li. Nor do I keep up with the girls too much, so I don't know too many of these girls.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
But
yeah.
I don't see any of these girls beating her.
And then you think Rose will be a good match for Valentina? You know what I'm saying? Because she's number 5.
Yeah, because she just moved
I don't
up in weight.
see Macy doing anything. I don't see Erin doing anything. Manon, I don't see them doing anything. They're probably going to put Rose with Alex Grasso. This is what I'm thinking. This is what's going to happen.
Maybe that'll be her next title defense. She's gotten to number 5 already. I don't know.
Yeah.
They might make her fight one of the like either Alexa or one of the top 5 before going and fighting Valentina. I don't know.
I think they'll put her with Alexa Grasso because all the other three girls, I don't see. They can't stop Rose. They just can't. Anyway, go down a little bit. Let's see who else we got in non-divisions. Okay.
Yeah, you finally have the women's belt
Juliana
bantamweight.
Pena. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's back. It's back to finally being something. So
Raquel Pennington. Yeah, Juliana Pena is just probably gonna be the one that takes it, in my opinion.
yeah, that fight's already scheduled.
Yeah, Juliana Pena, arguably best looking.
I want to see
female
Kayla
fighter.
Harrison fight for the title.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'd like to see her fight for the title.
but the Canadian girl, with the what's her name, Aldana. She's Canadian, I think.
Kayla.
Kayla, yeah, I think she's Canadian. Dude, she put on a show. Yeah, this girl is gonna be a problem.
Yeah,
for
she
division.
fought Holly Holm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, she has her next fight scheduled already versus Vieira. What is Vieira ranked? Can you go back to that?
And she walked Holly home.
Oh, so she's fighting number 2. So yeah, after Kayla fights her, they'll probably whoever wins that will go for the title.
Mm-hmm.
Which makes sense. They already have another title slot set up as well. October 5th. Yo, we're going. This is the last thing we're going to talk about because we are running pretty late here. We're going to the Tampa UFC event.
Yeah, that's fine.
December.
That's
You
fine.
guys down?
Yeah, yeah.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
Tampa UFC event. What does this consist of?
It's a UFC fight night in Tampa that they're doing.
Yeah,
it's
I'm
not a
down.
pay-per-view event. It's a fight night. See if they've got fights for it already. Go to UFC Tampa. Because they didn't have any fights scheduled for it last I checked. No, go to the actual UFC page. It was right under that link on the Google. Yeah. Oh, nothing has been scheduled for it.
What are the tickets at?
Pre-sale registration. They haven't started selling tickets yet. Or maybe they did. Go back to the first link that you went to.
StubHub.
Oh shit. So let's
It's
see.
about $70 a piece.
Yeah, it's not bad. Well, this is StubHub, right? So
Yeah, $70-$80 a piece.
what is the in
No, it's
100 section
155 each.
Oh.
each? No, look at the 108 section. See what that is. Now that's just those prices are inflated. I don't believe that's gonna
So
be
what?
that much.
108,
108, somewhere in hundreds.
300.
Yeah, I think those are inflated. But for a fight pass, those are inflated prices. I think
I don't think so, man. They be
that stadium is big, man. Lightning Stadium is
The
huge.
Sphere pricings are crazy.
Yeah,
1,500 on
bro.
average,
But that's Vegas money, right? So
and that was after they brought down the pricing.
mm,
All right, guys, let's wrap it up. We're on-
$23 million. That
Yeah, to put on that event.
gained $23 million.
Yeah. So thank you guys for joining us. We saw everyone in the chat. We appreciate the engagement. Sorry if we missed any of your comments that didn't engage back. We try to talk back to everyone who talks to us, but
Thanks
we
for your help with
sometimes
the
can't get to
mics.
everyone. Yes, we'll try and figure that out. Make sure there's no more problems in the future. Probably just invest in another amp like we were just talking about, especially because we found one for not that expensive. Check out the UFC Gym Largo and Pinellas Park coming to the area soon, as well as Vitality Wellness Center. Go check those things out, guys. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Thank you to everyone in this room for doing this with me, guys. Love you to my brothers.
Yes, sir.
See you guys later.
Peace.